We're overlooking actually the Roman Forum, what we call the Roman Forum. We are above the Capitoline Hill and we're overlooking one of the largest archaeological areas in the world.
While we're here at a place.
Because this is where everything began. You know, the word forum comes from foras. Foras meaning outside. We have a legend talking about Romulus and Remus and the she-wolf and all this kind of thing. But actually the real origin of this city are about this place. A valley surrounded by hills above which there were people living who used to gather and make business and agreement for us in a neutral place, a place which didn't belong to any of them, and which was in here.
Can you hold this?
We call this, the whole of it Roman Forum, but the actual forum was just a square. So what you would see in the middle of it. But if we start from the right, you can see, first of all, on your right, the hill, on our right, is the Palatine Hill, where the Imperial Palace was. And then if you go down, where you have these remainings of columns, this was a basilica made by Julius Caesar. If you think of Julius Caesar living before Christ, you can understand basilicas were not churches but tribunals, law courts. Behind it, the three columns belonging to the Temple of Castor and Pollux, and in the distance, the Arch of Titus. If you go to the left, you will see the Colosseum behind a church, which is the Church of St. Francis from Rome. On the left, the round temple of Romulus, the temple of Antonio, Pio and Faustina, where those columns are, the many columns in the distance. And then the closer building to where we are now, the closest one, let's say, was the temple of Saturn. Saturn was a very important god because he was protecting agriculture, so very important for the Romans. On the left of it, you have the Arch of Septimius Severus. Septimius Severus was the emperor who defeated the Parths, who came from Iran, by the way. Behind it, the brick building, a large, very large brick building, was the Curia, the Senate Hall. And then you have the three columns of the Temple of Titus and Vespasian. The building you have on your left, let's say on the slopes of the Capitol Hill, is actually made of two buildings. The lower part was the ancient tabularium, the Roman archives, ancient Roman archives. Above it, during the Middle Ages, they built the Palace of Governors, which still is, because this is the back of the town hall.
So just uncoil that.